Good evening and welcome to Sunset News this Wednesday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, and sports. I am Glenora Shipura. In the news tonight, a legal battle is in the offing following the exhumation of graves by prospective gold miner Oneuptwo Resources and the Oneuptwo family after the remains of Johannes Gottfriedin along with their two children were exhumed to make way for gold exploration at Oneuptwo farm, 10 kilometers from Karibep. Oneuptwo intends to conduct further exploration work on its Twin Hills project, which it recently sold to Dundee Precious Metals. The family, through their legal representative Norman Shombe, said the graves were exhumed without proper consultation and were a blatant violation of the Oneuptwo's. In a letter of demand, Shombe said his client's instructions are to place on record that the destructions of the burial sites and the exhumation of the remains of their family members was unlawful and in violation of not only Section 2 of the Burial Place of Ordinance 27 of 1966, but also a blatant violation of his client's dignity, costumes, traditions, and religion, as guaranteed under Articles 8 and 19 of the Namibian Constitution, adding that Oneuptwo performed the exhumations without consulting the family. Moving on into our next story, the government institution pension fund GIPF insists its appointment of Martin Nkubi as CEO was above board, despite earlier indications in August 2022 that the former banking executive was already bound for the fund. This follows concerns that Nkubi was appointed to the position ahead of candidates who performed better than him during a recruitment process held for the position of CEO. Namibian Sun in August 2022 reported about the looming appointment of Nkubi, calling the allegations into irregularities regarding Nkubi's appointment unfounded. The GIPF said the process was treated with utmost professionalism. The GIPF vehemently refutes the unfounded and persistent aspirations and narrative of the Namibian Sun on the selection and recruitment process of the CEO/PO of the fund and its outcome, the Board of Trustees Chair Penda Ithindi said. Now getting to our next story, Wednesday marked International Day of Education, with UNESCO and UNICEF urging the government to intensify its commitment to providing universal access to education, emphasizing education as a fundamental pillar of peaceful societies. The call stresses the pivotal role of education in fostering inclusive, democratic, and participatory governance. Despite progress, challenges persist, including violence against children, high repetition rates, and dropout issues. The need for transformative measures is underscored especially in the foundational learning years, where only 3% of the budget is allocated. The global community is confident that the commitments made at the 2022 National Conference will help prioritize the transformation of Namibia's education system. And with that, we've come to the end of our top stories. After the break, we get into our story of the day.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
You're still watching Sunset News. Getting into our story of the day, Rolf Hansen, CEO of the Cancer Association, calls on all women to get screened for cervical cancer. Let's take a look.
As Cervical Cancer Awareness January draws to a close, we want to remind Namibian women that the screening campaigns do not end here. The Cancer Association of Namibia applauds the Ministry of Health and Social Services and fellow stakeholders for their concerted effort to fight cervical cancer in our country. Remember that HPV is the main culprit when it comes to cervical cancer, and a HPV positive diagnosis, and especially together with a HIV positive status, is the biggest threat for our women in our country. For the rest of the year, ladies, please visit your local Ministry of Health and Social Services clinic, get screened, and let's save lives. We want to extend our sincere gratitude to especially our nurses out there in the field who are fighting daily to save lives and to fight cervical cancer. Please visit your local Ministry of Health and Social Services clinic, ask for a cervical cancer screening, and with that very fast and rapid result via screening, you can save your own life. Do the right thing, get screened, and let's fight cervical cancer in Namibia.
Now, as a woman, it is definitely good advice to go and get screened. Moving on, in economic news, we look at the rand and Namibian dollar flexing muscle once again.
E-Ticket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhcom.na.
Let's take a look at what's happening in the marketplace in our economic news. South Africa's rand and the pegged Namibian dollar firmed as the country's annual consumer price inflation eased for a second consecutive month. The rate for December came in at 5.1%, down from 5.5% the previous month. The median expectation of a Bloomberg survey of economists was 5.2%. South Africa's average consumer inflation last year is now calculated at 6%. That's lower than 6.9% in 2022. At 6:47 GMT, the rand traded at 18.99 against the US dollar, about 0.2% stronger than its previous close. By lunchtime, the currency traded at 18.87 against the greenback. But even though the inflation rate eased, it's not where the South African Reserve Bank wants it. Now let's take a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades against the British pound at 23.95, against the euro at 20.51, against the US dollar at 18.82, 2 Namibian dollars and 63 cents gets you 1 Chinese yuan. On the commodities market, all major commodities went up, with Brent crude oil trading at 0.08%, going for 79 US dollars and 66 cents per barrel. In international news, we take a look at Netflix, which blew past Wall Street subscriber estimates in the fourth quarter of last year. To stay tuned for this.
We are all seeking connection to each other, to the world, to the spaces we exist in.
poor sportsmanship right now from the lads.
You might be physically ready, your body is ready, but mentally.
Here's another chance, and it is a goal from Vindo Kaha.
Wij zijn CVI is er aan neertrekken. Hij bal lijkt mij grondgevat. Ja, hij grondgevat. En dan zie je.
But just enough next.
Shh. Running that mountain up. Okay, so we will be doing this for the mountain climber. More advanced, slightly advanced.
So is jou trolley reg? Want
I love it. I love it. So then
kickstart our countdown at number 5 with this one.
Op Netwerk TV se Klets Kompas gesels ons nuus van 'n Maandag tot Donderdag. Ons kyk ook na die weer en meer. Stories wat jou raak en stories wat saak maak.
They've made a mistake in denying me bail, and they've made several other mistakes in many other cases.
The channels that teach us something new or reflect our expression. So it goes beyond switching to the right station. It's about choosing the experience that can adorn the present, dressing it with our tastes as we expand our preferences, because what we are actually connecting to is boundless, limitless human energy. And this is the spirit of NTV.
Neo Paints has established a 67-year Namibian legacy, creating personalized paint solutions that blend quality and innovation for the Namibian people. We pride ourselves in being a 100% Namibian-owned company, investing in our country and our people by employing and empowering true Namibians. With every brushstroke, Neo Paints commits to our quality guarantee and always delivering a coat of excellence. At Neo Paints, we always stay true to our country. We are as Namibian as you.
Let's get into our international news. Netflix on Tuesday, January the 23rd, blew past Wall Street subscriber estimates in the fourth quarter, driven by a strong slate of shows that included the final season of the long-running royal drama The Crown and David Fincher's original film The Killer. The company reported it added 13.1 million subscribers in the December quarter, its largest ever fourth quarter subscriber growth, handily exceeding projected gains of 8.97 million. That brings the total number of subscribers to 260 million. Netflix shares were up 8.3% in after-hours trading. The stock gained 65% during 2023. Revenue rose to $8.8 billion US dollars, topping forecasts and the company's own guidance of $8.7 billion in the quarter. The streaming giant said it expects healthy double-digit revenue growth for full year 2024 as it continues to add members and invest in its advertising business. Netflix said advertising is not yet a primary driver of revenue growth, but it aims for that to be changed by 2025. The company credited gains to the strength of its intellectual property, including Squid Game, The Challenge, a reality show based on its most watched TV series, new original series such as All the Light We Cannot See, feature films like Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, A Child of Fire, and non-English language programming, including the third season of Lupin from France International. After the break, we'll be getting into our weather predictions to stay with Sunset News.
E-Ticket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. my.na.
Welcome to My.NA Cars, your ultimate destination for everything automotive.
I am your host, Diana Master.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Discover the latest models, innovative technologies, and expert insights from our passionate hosts. Learn essential maintenance tips and get exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the automotive industry. Don't miss My.NA Cars on NTV every Thursday at 2100 hours. Tune in and ignite your passion for automobiles.
We definitely expect more rain for the capital city, but let's get into our weather predictions for tomorrow. Partly cloudy and hot to very hot, with a few to isolated thunder showers in the Erongo, Khomas, Hardam and the Karas regions in places. Elsewhere, partly cloudy and hot to very hot, but sunny in the northeast. Partly cloudy and warm to hot, with a few showers over the central and southern coast. And the wind is going to be light to moderate northeasterly to southwesterly. The tides at Walvis Bay are as follows: a high tide at 3:36 a.m., a low tide at 9:31 a.m. and a high tide at 3:42 p.m. The sunrise in Windhoek is as follows: at 6:27 a.m. you can expect the sunrise and the sunset at 7:41 p.m. After the break, we'll be getting into our sports news to stay with Sunset News.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraifa. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
Good day viewers and welcome to today's edition of Sunset News, brought to you by Sport Rep. I'm your host, Limba Mupatami. Now, starting off, Namibia's Wolfish Bay Sound Eagles were brought down to earth with a 77-run defeat against Sri Lanka in match day 2 at the ICC Under-19 Cricket World Cup in Kimberley today. Well, things looked promising for a possible Namibian upset when they restricted Sri Lanka to 133 all out. However, the deficiencies in the Namibian batting was exposed by the Sri Lankans as they were bowled out for just 56 runs. Namibia's hopes of qualifying for the Super 6 stage of the tournament will now depend on them beating Zimbabwe in their final pool match this coming weekend. Now, moving on, Namibia, the Brave Warriors of Namibia will face Mali at the Laurent Pukau Stadium tonight in the final round of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations group stage. The Warriors kicked off their Nations Cup campaign with a surprise 1-0 victory over Tunisia, with Dion Hoto hitting home the game winner 2 minutes from normal time. However, they were thrashed 4-0 by South Africa in their second group match. Namibia now sit third in their group with 3 points from an obtainable 6 and will advance to the knockout stages with a win tonight, while a draw could also do them good. Now, well, today in the capital, the Namibian futsal national team received a whooping donation valued at 300,000 from JSB Sports in preparation for the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Namibia will take on Tanzania in their first ever inaugural Futsal Africa Cup of Nations at the Showgrounds in Windhoek on the 3rd of February, with the second leg expected to take place on the 11th of February in Tanzania. Now, the Namibian senior women's indoor hockey team lost this morning's match against the United States. 6-1 was the score. Now, the Namibians are at 450 playing Poland in their second clash. These results will be available on our social media pages. And of course, the Namibians will then face India tomorrow in their third match. Now, of course, that brings us to the end of Sunset News, but we will be back again tomorrow, same place, same time.
We are all seeking connection to each other, to the world, to the spaces we exist in.
Poor sportsmanship right now from the lads.
You might be physically ready, your body is ready, but mentally.
Here's another chance, and it is a goal from
Wys, hy sê wie hy is aan neertrek en daai bal het my grond gevat. Ja, hy het grond gevat en is hy
but just enough next.
Running that mountain up. Okay, so we will be doing this for the mountain climber. More advanced, slightly advanced.
So is jou trolley reg? Want
I love that. I love that. So then
Kickstart our countdown at number 5 with this one.
Op Netwerk TV se klets kompas gesels ons nuus van 'n Maandag tot Donderdag. Ons kyk ook na die weer en meer. Stories wat jou raak en stories wat saak maak.
They've made a mistake in denying me bail, and they've made several other mistakes in many other cases.
The channels that teach us something new or reflect our expression. So it goes beyond switching to the right station. It's about choosing the experience that can adorn the present, dressing it with our tastes as we expand our preferences, because what we are actually connecting to is boundless, limitless human energy. And this is the spirit of NTV.
Now, the brave warriors are currently facing Mali, and obviously we have our fingers crossed and we hope that they win. And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the Animate platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, oneuptwo.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV channel 285 and GoTV channel 25 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, before we close off, get ready for the glitz and glamour as a network television presents the first ever NTV Awards ceremony. NTV Awards nominations are here, and to cast your vote for your favorite talk show, you can do so by WhatsApping hashtag NTV Awards 2024 to 085-785-6231 and follow the instructions and vote for the best show. In this case, Sunset News. Voting closes on the 1st of February 2024. Make sure you vote before or on the 1st of February 2024. This has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.